You guys will literally never believe this. I have the biggest news ever. Christine Brown finally has a new boyfriend. Yes, for the first time in her entire life, Christine is in a monogamous relationship. So I don't want to waste any time. Let's get into this. So this all started a few days ago when Christine posted a video on her Instagram story, and she said that she is dating someone exclusively and that he's wonderful and romantic and so kind in everything she's been looking for. He's incredible with Truly and that he's a dream come true. And she also said that she's excited to share everything, but right now she's keeping him to herself. And it seemed like that's kind of the end of it, right? Well, actually, that couldn't be further from the truth, because I think I figured out just who this guy is. So it took some digging, but all of the signs are pointing to one guy in particular. And first, to try to figure it out, I went to Reddit and I figured that someone there would know Christine's new boyfriend and would be spilling all the details. And I've got to say, I wasn't disappointed. Now, don't get me wrong, this is Reddit, so we obviously have no way of knowing if any of this is even true, so take it all with a grain of salt. But supposedly, someone saw Christine and her new boyfriend at a gas station in Salt Lake City, and pretty much all they said about him was that he was bald. And I don't know if that comes as a shock to anyone after she was married to Kody, who was literally obsessed with his hair, and it's probably a nice break to do with a man who's comfortable shaving his head. But I kept digging around, and I found some people who claim to know him personally. And again, we literally don't have any way to confirm whether or not this is true, but according to the Reddit user Loose C Bull Bluff 11, her new boyfriend is a grandpa, and he has a lot of grandkids, and he loves Disney, but he has some similar politics to Kody, in which we all know Kody's politics have gotten a little out there since COVID. But still, I was determined to find out just who this guy was, so I looked at the people that Christine follows on Instagram, and she only follows 115 people, so it was pretty easy to sort through. And right there at the top was a man named David Woolley, and his account didn't reveal much. It's a private account. He has 11 posts and only 155 followers, and his profile picture is a picture of a car, so I couldn't even confirm the bald guy theory that one Reddit user commented. I mean, we really have no way of knowing if this is the guy. For all we know, he could just be a guy who works on the show or something along those lines, and according to Gwen, the whole family is pretty close with the crew, so it's definitely possible. However, there are a few hints that might prove that he is Christine's new boyfriend. First of all, like I said, Christine only follows 115 people, and when you go through everyone she follows, it's mostly family members and people she's worked with because of sister wives, like, Suki from the Tell-Alls and just things like that. And she does follow a few men who she doesn't seem to be related to, but they all have a profile picture with their wives in them, so obviously those are not the men she's dating. And literally the only man that she follows who she doesn't seem to be related to and who doesn't have a profile picture with their wife is this David guy. And plus, when you look at the list of people she follows, he is at the top and almost like he's the most recent person that she's followed. So I decided to do even more digging, and he doesn't seem to be on Facebook, so I couldn't confirm that he's a grandpa with a bunch of grandkids who likes Disney like the Reddit user commented, but I did notice that his Instagram username seemed to feature his initials, so I googled David P. Woolley in Salt Lake City, Utah, because you have to imagine that her new boyfriend lives in the same city as her, right? And again, for all we know, he could just be a guy that works on the crew for the show and has nothing to do with Salt Lake City, and I didn't find much about him, but I did find one piece of the puzzle that might be pretty important. There's a company in Utah called David P. Woolley Drywall, and it's registered in Salt Lake City. And again, I just want to reiterate, we have absolutely no way of confirming this, but it seems extremely possible that this is her new guy. And I know we're all super curious and want to know just who this guy is, but I think that right now the most important thing is that she's happy, and she does seem very happy, and we'll find out who he is eventually, either from her social media or from the show. And I think the really big moment that we're all waiting for is seeing Kody's reaction to her new boyfriend. And I don't know about you guys, but to me, that's going to be a way better moment than finding out who the guy is. And I also don't know about you guys, but a part of me is a little worried about her. I mean, I'm sure that she can take care of herself, don't get me wrong. And I mean, we've all watched how she navigated that horrible divorce with Kody and how badly he treated her, but I do worry about her because of how sheltered sheltered. She's always been around relationships. She was only 19 when she married Kody, and that was never a monogamous relationship, and she came in as a third wife, which meant that they barely had a courtship or dating period, and because they literally weren't allowed to, and they didn't even kiss until their wedding day out of respect for the other wives, and Kody's even admitted that he wasn't in love with her when they got married, and then she immediately started having kids, and this is her first monogamous relationship, and her first time experiencing falling in love with someone who loves her equally. And I honestly just hope that he's a good man and that he isn't taking advantage of her fame and that she isn't falling for someone who could treat her badly, and I'm sure she isn't, but it is scary to think about how sheltered their religion kept her for so many years. And then you have one really strange piece of the puzzle, and that's just that a week ago she was posting about dating as though it was something that she had just started, and she definitely didn't make it sound like she was getting close to dating anyone exclusively. And if you missed it, she posted a few pictures of herself on January 29th, so literally just last week, with the caption, "I'm dating again, holy HE double hockey sticks, awkward, dating online is crazy, any advice for dating at 50? So I don't know about you guys, but calling dating awkward does not seem like something you'd say if you were close to being exclusive, you know, with someone, and things should just be a lot more comfortable by that point. So I honestly just hope that everything is good and that she's not getting taken advantage of, because I think, you know, we all can agree that we only want the best for her, and who knows, maybe I'm just reading too much into the Instagram post, but the timeline just doesn't make sense to me at all. But what do you guys think? Were you as shocked by Christine's big announcement as I was? I honestly still can't believe it. And do you think that everything I uncovered is actually her boyfriend? I guess only time will tell, and it'll probably only be a matter of time before we hear all about it on Sister Wives. But one thing is for sure that I think we can all agree on: I hope he's absolutely nothing like Kody, and I can't wait to see Kody lose his mind about it on the show, and I can't wait to hear what you all think about it in the comments below.